Welcome back and thanks for stopping by. Enel is a really underrated deck in OP11, so let's get right into the deck profile. To start, I play 4 copies of the 7 cost Enel, as well as 4 copies of the 10 cost Enel. These are Yellow's best rush cards that don't have an on-play effect. These are important for continuously applying pressure against opponents like Blackbeard. I also play 4 copies of Shura to help you find mainly your 10 cost Enel. I play 3 copies of Katakuri for removal, as well as 4 copies of Gadatsu, 3 copies of Damn Punk, and 2 copies of Rocket Luffy. I also play 4 copies of Basil Hawkins since he's just a pain for your opponent and his trigger is really useful. For blockers, I play 2 copies of the 5 cost Sanji and 4 copies of the 2 cost Shirahoshi. And for 2K counters, I play 4 copies of Beige, 4 copies of Frankie, and 4 copies of Satori. And I also play 4 copies of the 0 cost event.
It's time to duel!
So for the first duel, we're up against Blackbeard, and this is probably our worst matchup. So he lets us go first, and I decided to keep the hand because I have Enel in it, I have Shirahoshi in it, I'm feeling pretty good. I draw another 2K for turn, I play the Shirahoshi, and then I pass. He played a stronger, I'm not entirely sure what his game plan is here, I guess obviously just going for pops. He thinks about it and swings for 6, and I just take. I was going to take it if he swung for 5 anyway. And I decide I might as well draw here, it couldn't hurt. I discard the Gadatsu here because I'm thinking about playing aggressively, but then he drops the Dock Q and I regret it. So I swing 5 at life, and then I drop Basil Hawkins. He drops Lafitte, he draws a black hole. And then he drops another Dock Q. And he attacks again, I take again, and it's Gadatsu, that's awesome. I can pop one of these guys. I swing over Lafitte, I go 6 at life, and then I drop Gadatsu and I pop one of the Dock Qs. So he lowers my cost and then drops a Teach, which I guess I should have seen coming. And then he attacks my Basil Hawkins and I'm like, sure man, take a life. So first off, I'm going to swing 5 at life just to see what he's going to do. And I realized he didn't use his leader's effect, so I just play Katakuri and I bottom life his Teach. I pass it over to him, and he plays Lafitte, rests it, searches full of lead, plays full of lead and uses it, discarding a Kuzan, and then he drops an Avalo Pizarro and a Kuzan, and then he passes it over to me. So I swing 5 over Lafitte, and then I swing 8 at life, which he takes. And then I decide not to drop my 10 cost Enel, because if he plays Blackbeard next turn, I really don't want him to freeze it. So I play the 7 cost Enel instead, attach it onto it, swing 8 at life again, make him take another life, and then I play my Shura, and then I search another 10 cost Enel, so I have even better follow-up. It turns out he does drop a 10 cost Teach, so I'm happy I made that play. So he stops my Katakuri from being able to attack instead of my Enel, which I think makes a huge difference. He swings 5 at life and I decide to take. And it's another Shura, so I use its trigger and play it, and I get to grab another Enel. He goes 5 at life again, and I don't have my leader effect, so I need to counter out of these. I discard Luffy, and then he swings with his leader, and I discard Beige. I use my Shura to swing over his Pizarro, and then I swing 5 at life just to make him discard. I swing 7 at life, making him discard again, and they're all 1Ks, so I know his hand isn't looking too good. Now I play my 10 cost Enel and force him down to 0 life. He uses full OLED to discard the Teach that he just added back to his hand. And then he plays another 10 cost Teach, negating my leader and stopping my Enel from attacking next turn. He swings 12 at my Enel, and I decide I need to block, because I need as many attacks as possible next turn. He swings 5 at life, and I take it, because I know he only has 1 attack left. He swings 5 again, and I'll counter out. And then he just scoops because he knows it's over. No matter what, I was going to swing 5 at life, 7 at life, 8 at life, and then 12 at life, and there was no way he was stopping them all. But that was a really fun game. Let's go right into duel number 2. Alright, so for our second duel, we're up against Purple Luffy, and our hand looks alright, so I choose to keep it. We're going second, so after he drops his Law, I'll drop my Shura. I add the 10 cost Enel to my hand, and then I pass it over to him. He swings 5 at life, and I take. And it's another 10 cost Enel. For turn, I draw Luffy, and I swing 5 at life, which he takes, and then I drop the 4 cost Basil Hawkins. So he swings 5 at life. I discard the Gadatsu, and then he swings 6 at life, and I'll take it. I wasn't expecting him to use his leader effect again, but he does, and he plays Sanji, so he's being very aggressive. And so here I just take the extra life, and it's Luffy, which is really convenient, so I just pop his Zoro. I draw Damn Punk for turn, which isn't super helpful. I decide to just swing 5 at life, and then put everything onto Enel and swing at Sanji, which forces him to discard 3 cards. He goes 5 at life, so I discard Shura. And then he swings 7 at life. So I choose to let this go. And he ends up dropping a 9 cost Linlin, which I'm actually perfectly fine with. And he chooses to not even bottom life my Basil Hawkins. I have 8 Dawn cards and I'm just trying to figure out what to do. So I decided to just swing 5 at life just to get a card out of his hand. But he actually takes it, which I guess I'm fine with. I then go 8 at Sanji. Unfortunately, he drops another 2k counter. And then I drop a 5 cost Sanji to help fix my hand. So here I'm worried about a Luffy coming down. So when he swings 5 at life, I discard a Shura. But then he drops a Linlin, and I'm actually okay with that. I guess he was just seeing if I was going to rest my blocker. So he attacks 9 at life, and I take it now that I have an extra life card. And it's another Dan Punk, so I'll use the effect and draw 2 and discard another one. He goes 7 at life, and I realize that this is his last attack, so I'll just take it to fix my hand and maybe get a better life card. So here I'm feeling pretty good. I'll swing 5 at life with my leader. I'll swing 5 at life with Basil Hawkins. And then I'll drop the 10 cost Enel And because I don't have game this turn, I choose to swing at the Lin. I should have swung at Sanji, I was just hoping he was bluffing the Gum Gum Giant. So I pass it over to him, and he swings 5 at life, and I decide to counter out with my Luffy. He goes 7 at life, and I take, and it's not a helpful trigger. And then he swings 9 at life, and I take again. And it's another Basil Hawkins, so I'll use it to fix my hand, and then I'll use my leader effect to put another card into my life. He swings 9 at life, and I'm still worried about Luffy, so I have to counter out of this one. But then he drops Katakuri, which really surprises me. I swing 5 at life, he counters out. I swing 5 at life again, he counters out again. And then I swing 12 at life with my 10 cost Enel. And I choose to discard a beige because I don't know when the game's going to end and I want to make sure that I have enough resources to keep pushing through. He goes all in with his Gum Gum Giant, hoping to draw a counter, and he doesn't, and so Katakuri falls. I drop my other 10 cost Enel, and because I don't have game, I'll just swing over the Sanji. He goes 5 at life, and yet again I'm worried about Luffy, so I have to counter out. He swings 9 at life, and I take, and it's a beige, so I use its trigger, and his other one can't attack. And finally he drops the Luffy, and goes 10 at life, and I take. I'm about to play the Frankie when he scoops. He knows it's over. That was a really fun game, and I really enjoyed this deck. Please comment below what you want to see and what I can do better. But until then, thanks for watching, don't forget to subscribe, it really helps out the channel, and I'll see you next time.